Okay, so there's something huge happening right now in China's industrial heartland, and honestly, the rest of the world is just starting to catch on. We're talking about a massive technological shift that isn't on its way, it's already here, and it's moving way faster than anyone thought possible. And it all starts with one single, frankly mind blowing number. And here it is 300,000. So, what is that? That's the number of industrial robots Chinese factories installed in just 1 year, 2024. It's a number so big, it's kind of hard to even wrap your head around. But to really get what that means, you've got to see it next to, well, everyone else. Get this. In that single year, China installed more robots than the entire rest of the world combined. Let that sink in for a second. The United States, for comparison, put in about 34,000. So yeah, this isn't just a small lead. It's a fundamental reshaping of how things get made on a global scale. But, and this is the important part, it's not just about the raw numbers.
That brings us to section 1, quantity meets quality. Because this explosion in numbers is happening at the exact same time as a huge leap forward in quality and, crucially, self-sufficiency. This is where the story gets really, really interesting.
So check this out. It's a total flip. Just a decade ago, China's high-tech factories were all about foreign suppliers. Now, Chinese robotics companies themselves own 57% of their home market. They're not just buying robots anymore. They're building the whole world-class industry themselves, and they're throwing in a secret sauce. And here's what that secret sauce is. It's not just about the metal arms. As one supply chain consultant put it, companies in China are using AI to swoop in and say which machines are doing great and which are a little off. So the real magic here, it's the AI that's constantly watching, tweaking, and optimizing everything in real time. And that's the big idea right there. What we're looking at is a self-improving manufacturing ecosystem where the efficiency just compounds over time. It's not a static factory full of robots. It's a living system that gets smarter and faster with every single thing it makes. That's an advantage that just keeps on growing. So, section 2, building the robot ecosystem. You can't just drop millions of robots into a country and call it a day, right? It just doesn't work like that. What China seems to understand on a deep level is that you have to build the entire world around them. Just look at these two wild examples. On one hand, you've got Shenzhen, which is literally building the world's first city zone designed from the ground up for people and robots to live and work together. And then you have Shanghai opening the world's first training facility just for humanoid robots. Basically a data factory, pumping out millions of data points to teach them. They're building for the physical world and the digital world at the same time. You see, the limiting factor isn't the robot itself. It's the whole ecosystem. It's the training facilities, the city infrastructure, the AI platforms, even the business models. By building all of this at once, China is creating an environment where this technology can just explode. All right, section 3, from lab to real world. So we've got the huge numbers, we've got the ecosystem being built, but is it actually working in the real world? Oh, yeah, the robots are officially out of the lab. In fact, people who watch this stuff are calling 2025 the big inflection point. What does that mean? Well, it's the moment robotics stops being a cool science fair project and becomes just a normal, everyday part of how things get made. And if you want proof, look no further than this. There's this manufacturer, Media. They have a humanoid robot. Its name is Mei Lo, and it's been working on their assembly line for more than 6 months. But here's the kicker. They don't call it a test or an experiment. They call it a permanent employee. So what does that tell you? The result is that robots are leaving the lab. Period. And if you're still not convinced that these machines are ready for the big leagues, get a load of this next number. 106 kilometers, that's a Guinness World Record. It's how far a humanoid robot from a company called Aggibots walked for 4 days straight without a single power cycle. Now, that's not just a publicity stunt. That's a brutal test of endurance, reliability, and real-world adaptive AI. Okay, section 4. The new competitive landscape. So what happens when you take all of this, the insane scale, the smart AI, the custom-built ecosystem, and the fact that it's all proven to work, and you mash it all together? Well, you get a completely new rulebook for global competition. What it creates is something called a compound advantage. Think of it like compound interest, but for technology. It's not just a one-time lead. It's an edge that builds on itself so the gap between you and your competitors gets wider and wider over time. And here's that feedback loop in action. It's simple, really. Step 1, massive scale makes the robots cheaper. Step 2, because they're cheaper, more people use them, which creates a ton of data. Step 3, all that data makes the AI smarter. And step 4, smarter AI makes the robots even better. And then the whole cycle starts over, but faster each time. So, what's the bottom line? Automation isn't just about making things a little cheaper or faster anymore. It's becoming a core strategic asset. The country that masters this doesn't just win at making one product, it gets to help write the rules for global trade, period. And that leads to a pretty powerful historical comparison. Think about it. In the past, global power revolved around who controlled the oil. Right now, it's all about who makes the most advanced semiconductors. Well, what's next? The future could easily be about advanced robotics, creating a new kind of strategic dependency where one nation's lead gives it massive leverage over everyone else. Look, the robotics revolution isn't some sci-fi movie plot anymore. It's here. It's happening right now, faster than most of us can even process. So the real question isn't if it's coming. The question is, who will define its future?